Alright, folks, good morning. It is time for us to continue with the Hungry Hearts Diner. Was jumping back and forth on whether I should continue today or begin. Highland Song was just released today, but it turns out I got my schedule all mixed up. I even had an appointment tomorrow with my therapist, but it turns out tomorrow's the day that Fendick comes back from Ohio, so I gotta pick him up from the airport then. So I think the most expedient thing to do would be to get Hungry Hearts Diner memories as quick to the end as we can get. I thought we'd have tomorrow too, but it turns out I'm outie then. I thought they said that the game would continue to play while it's closed, but there's still empty seats. Oh, that's why. Because there's dirty plates that I've left behind. That's on me then. Energy restoration at the start TV, come on. Do I even need energy restoration? Because I got this to level 8. Now phone. We had too many calls yesterday, and I don't think we even have the tomato... Do we have it? No, because tomato juice requires... Yeah. Requires sliced tomatoes. Level 5, level 6... And so basically, we need space. Alright, and already we've got 2 conversations waiting for us. After they wore my throat out yesterday was so... Look, JD's at 87% now. Was it... Okay, Slick has been waiting on us to do that, but I think it was... Mr. Showbiz that's been jumping on us with a couple of ones that I didn't mean to click on. But because of how this game is programmed specifically, if you click one thing, you also click the thing behind it. Fever? Oh, just energy restore again. Hey, free space. Let's get those sliced tomatoes out. Take tomato. Take knife. Cut. What else do you want? See, Fennec would just eat it straight. No cuts required. Napolitan pasta. There's my tomato juice. Level 6 already. And 6 is about remaining for them. Clear my throat, sorry about that. Did he also have one that jumped out at us? I think it might have, Headmaster. Past comparisons? Maybe. What's the matter, Headmaster? You look down. Oh, I do I? You do, and I don't like it one bit. Where's the usual hybrid air of superiority, Superiority? Oh yes. My poor little daughter lost count of the times he scolded her when she was a student, you know. Well, back then he was headmaster, he was supposed to. Now he's retired, he's doing it by habit. Oh? I don't recall her in particular, but then again, you could hardly expect me to remember each and every student. Well, if you ask me, young people all need a good scolding or two during their early years. It's formative, it's what it is. No matter how much moaning and whining they do about it. Thanks to you, that flighty daughter of mine ended up getting married to a good-for-nothing actor, so what did all that scolding do? Actually, she ended up much the same, for being honest. She was a small girl, your daughter, with pigtails. Had to respond to my XBF on Discord real quick. Sorry, folks, it takes priorities. Made one of the new teachers cry by putting a frog in her desk, didn't she? Ah, that's her, yes. The little brat. To my shame, headmaster, that was her. I see. I believe I remember her mentioning that her parents owned a diner. Well, I'll be so you do remember her. I'm impressed. She used to talk about you over dinner, you know. Talking about the teachers, understand. Talk about the headmaster. Her daughter must have been a real hellion. I can hear her as if it were yesterday. I'll make that mustachioed numbskull pay one of these days. Just you wait. Excuse me. What a rambunctious little monster. Hee hee, I'm only teasing you. She never said anything of the sort. Still, it's good to see you haven't lost all your old fire. I'll beg you to stop ridiculing me if you please. Ho ho ho. Things certainly have come a long way, haven't they? Students can tease their teachers these days, or even gossip about them if they please. They'd have been subjected to physical disciplinary punishment for that kind of behavior not so long ago. Goodness, headmaster. I hope you don't think my daughter was really gossiping about you. Now that I think about it, things were truly terrible back then. The government had us teaching children how to craft and wield spears made from bits of bamboo in case you were invaded. Young people have the right to choose for themselves, to choose freedom and peace. If you ask me, we're living in the best of times. Old codgers like me should probably just stand back and let the younger generation get on with it. Oh dear, is this one of your gloomy spells? Chin up. You and I are almost the same age after all. We are? Ha, I didn't realize. I've always envied you, madam. No matter how much time goes by, you just always seem the same. Ha ha ha. Wait, why do I get the feeling that wasn't meant as a compliment? Okay, and now he's got one new one coming up. And we've got to catch up. Pretty sure we skipped on Showbiz too, because that was towards the end of the day. We kept clicking on them by accident. Well, they could wait. See what I mean? I could click on something to just give them their food, and I click a menu item by mistake. Should not be the case, but it is. What am I down? Entree now? We should get the French toast out too, though. What else have we got? French toast is something we have to do for unlocks and characters. Apple pie, that's a new one for this game. Ramen and Napolitan pasta. Let's do the French toast first. Fever? Just energy restoration. I'll get that after draining it all on the French toast. Who was it that wanted the French toast? It was a gal who was coming here to make it big in the city. Oh, we got pizza now! And whatever that is. And hot cakes. Okay. Energy all spent. Alright. What's Mr. Showbiz's a writer's block? Ugh, what in the world is wrong with me? Good question. I've never seen you looking so defeated. I can't come with any good ideas. The inside of my head's totally blank, like one of those painter's canvases. There's nothing wrong with their mouth, at least. Now, weren't you going to come up with a story better than the movies? That's the plan, sure. I've got to think of something unique. Something that work only on television. I'm telling you, man, he's got to come up with Kaneko Man. He's going to put Kaneko Man on the big screen. Well, the small screen. The big, small screen. Here, that's the spirit. Thing is, I got nothing. Nothing at all. So you're just gonna sit around here, stuffing yourself and waiting for inspiration to strike you on the head. You've got a real way with words, Granny, you know that? I mean, he's in this diner, he's talking with Grandma. If he wants some kind of domestic drama about neighbors living their lives. Granny's got it good here for material, and all of her customers are nuts. They'll have infinite material just hanging out of this place. Thank you. You know how much they're spending to make a single movie over in the States these days? A cool $1 million. $1 million? Goodness, they could outfit a small navy with that much money. You sure could. Makes it pretty hard for us regular folk down here in TV land to compete. There's no doubt about it. We've got to do something new, innovative, avant-garde. We can't fight the big boys without Zaz. So you know what to do, man. Kaneko Man. Go fight. So if I'm hearing you right, you're saying that every movie from here on out is going to be a big production. Like, what was it? That interesting film with Miss Kazumi and Ohara something or other? You've heard about that one too. You sure do know your stuff. Since you're so informed about the latest and greatest in cinema, why don't you tell me something? What do you reckon is one thing that movies just can't do? Well, let me see. Movies are long for starters. Who has time these days? That one I mentioned with all the samurai. It was so long they had to call a break halfway through. You've hit the nail on the head, no doubt about it. American TV dramas are all 30 minutes long after all. Maybe I should make something like that. But it'd have to be fresh. There's no use copying something that already exists. I mean, you could. You're doing it your own way. There is truly nothing new under the sun. Any idea you have, at least 15 other people are making the exact same idea, but they aren't making that exact same idea through your lens and your filter, with your experiences, the way you would tell the story. You know? If you stress too much about, oh no, somebody's already made this one, you're never gonna do anything because somebody's already made it. Plus, I hear they're going to start airing US dramas here soon, which means I've got to come up with something that could only be made in Japan. But I'll be damned if I'm going to make a show about a bunch of stupid samurai, or worse, about another nerdy ninja. I'm glad to see your wheels are turning. Just make sure you remember to pay before you leave. Huh? Oh yeah, right. Well, I'll be seeing you, Granny. Come back anytime, dear. Ouch! Goodness. Hitting his head like that on the doorframe, that must have hurt. Let's just hope he doesn't step any more puddles on his way home. Okay. Now that should be caught up to all the junk they just tossed on me towards the end yesterday. Fever? Oh, just energy restore again. They're gonna be holding out on fever time, aren't they? And he's got one more again! He's gotta be close to the end now. I'm kinda surprised that this one doesn't have as many food gates. Normally there's a few characters who are easy like this, and just give you things up until the end or whatever. But like, look at that, this guy had nothing. He had no food gates. He had favorite foods that increases his like faster, but nothing required for plot that he requests. He's only got at the very end. He's only got one before the end and then he's done. One before the end and then she's done. This is more typical for previous Hungry Hearts Diner games. You have a conversation, they might have a favorite food, you do a few things, and then another request. But I think that's kind of why all these conversations have been so rapid fire, because there hasn't really been any requirement like that. I couldn't help but notice yesterday that compared to other Hungry Hearts Diner games we played on stream, this one has been going through the stories so much quicker. It has been such a rapid pace. Okay, let's get a soup out. Do I have more soups? I do, the consommé. Meat buns will unlock egg drop soup, but I'll make what I have first. Like, if I click this to feed him the ice cream, that opens that up. It shouldn't do that. And I would complain endlessly. Whoops, wrong one. And just like that, full energy back afterwards. Alright, let's clear these two out, because they're almost done anyway. When they're almost done, then they'll finally tone it down for me. What? Oh, hold on. That's because what I had read was this bit he already had up. Like Mr. Showbiz. If I go to the customers page, I could read the conversation, the new one. So... yeah, we've seen that one already. We saw that. So was it Peaceful World that I skipped then last night? Yeah, that was it then. It was Peaceful World, and then the one we read. I just passed a group of tourists outside, foreigners I suspect. Oh? There's been a lot of people from overseas visiting Japan lately, it seems. A world at peace like this is a fine thing if you ask me. White. Still, one expects to see those sorts of people flocking to famous scenic spots, not visiting some unknown town like this. You think? We actually get the odd foreign customer now and again, even here. Ridiculous. Why would they bother visiting a sooty little diner? Well, sorry, my diner's sooty. Excuse me, I'll have you know I de-suit this place daily. Besides, they recently started building that great big thing, didn't they? Yeah, the Tokyo Tower. That's the focus of Hungry Hearts Diner, not Hungry Hearts Diner, of Showa Candy Shop 1. Great big thing. The tower, Tokyo Tower. Which just go to show that Showa Candy Shop 1 and Hungry Hearts Diner Memories roughly takes place around the same time. Because the stories in Showa Candy Shop 1 culminate in the completion of the Tokyo Tower, I'm pretty sure. I just love watching it reach higher and higher towards the sky day after day. Ah yes, I'd forgotten about that. When did that complete anyway? Tokyo Tower completion. 1958. So that's the landmark for the earliest point in time for these games. Showa Candy Shop 1 takes place some point before the completion of Tokyo Tower in 1958, leading up to it and culminating in it. And Hungry Hearts Diner Memories takes place sometime during the construction. When did it begin construction? It's like halfway up by now. A large broadcasting tower. Oh, look at that. Let me... This picture here is about how it looks in Hungry Hearts Diner Neo. This is February 1958. And it also completed 1958. They were quick then. Like, something that big I thought would be like a multi-year project. So I guess it does take place 1958 then at some point in the year. You should go take a look, Headmaster. You won't believe how tall it's gotten. Yes, I suppose I should. It's quite the achievement, no doubt. Japan's come a long way to be able to build something so magnificent. You couldn't be more right. To think how quickly we've moved from burned out towns and cities to this. That reminds me. I heard the other day that they're thinking of holding the next Olympics right here in Tokyo. Oh? You heard about that. You're more well-informed than I thought, madam. Yeah, we just had her talking pop culture with a showbiz guy for like 12 whole conversations, holding her own. No need to wax so high and mighty, Headmaster. I could read the newspaper just the same as anybody else. Still, do you think Japan could really manage to host such a grand event? Perhaps. It is certainly within the realm of possibility. Well, wouldn't that be something? People would come from all over the world to see that, wouldn't they? I would expect so, yes. To think that just a little while ago, we were all split up into allies and enemies. It's like none of that ever happened. That war was just a load of foolishness if you ask me. A terrible, terrible mistake. Now, one thing I like about these games taking place in the Showa era and full of nostalgia, it is so boringly common for World War II stuff from the American lens to be all glorification, right? The war, the European theater, the war in the Pacific, and it's all gung-ho G.I. Joe, going jungle to jungle, kicking ass. To this day, people argue, well, technically, nuking hundreds of thousands of civilians in 2 major cities and firebombing civilians in cities all throughout Japan was actually a good thing that saved lives, so you know. So frustrating. And you know, my people were occupied by Japan, by the Japanese Empire. So you would think that if anybody would have beef, it would be me, but the American perception is really so warped. As if they're God themselves ascending from heaven. So it's kind of nice to see from like a Japanese point of view for Japanese audiences. And not like immediate post-war Japan where you have the American oversight making sure that things are steering in the correct direction. This is a modern Japanese lens speaking to a modern Japanese audience, speaking about the war. And I'm not making a judgment call either way about, oh yes, it is such a good thing that they're going for a more peaceful thing. I'm saying it's interesting that for a modern Japanese product, for a modern Japanese audience, we get to see the kind of direction they choose to go for, holistically. Still, those of us who managed to survive those terrible times have a duty to try and get along with others. Those who survived, you say? You know, madam. Yes? Have you ever found yourself wondering, well, wondering if you have the right? The right? To survive, to go on? Waking up each morning to a world at peace, strolling about town, composing poetry as the mood takes you. I sometimes wonder why me? What right did I have to survive? I imagine there were countless bright-eyed young souls who deserve the joys of life far more than I. What's brought all this doom and gloom on, It isn't like you. Plus I do love that for a cute and wholesome game like Hungry Hearts Diner, they are not afraid to get into some heavy adult themes. To really start punching away at your heart. Yes, well, of course you feel that way. We all do. People just try not to let it show. You truly believe so. You have a serious soul, Headmaster, but try not to dwell on things too much. It'll just get you down. Not that I know exactly what it is you're worrying about, mind you. Well, yes, that's sound advice. You're probably right, I imagine. It was wrong of me to bring this up. Forgive me, madam. And now if you would excuse me, it is high time I took my leave. Things seem awfully hard for that poor man. It's strange to admit it, but I think I prefer him when he's his usual snooty self. And then it goes over to him accepting living in a time of peace, yada yada yada. Okay, fever mode. Let me clear some table space first, so I can maximize the butts on seats. Now fever. She just went in, then out. Did you see that? Okay, I think she wanted French toast, so it's a good thing she's here. She's finding out a story up. This is gonna be the headmaster's last one, isn't it? No, determination, and then Salisbury steak. Oh, does he want to try some Western cuisine? I just get my fever mode in. Dun 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 dun. 43,000. I think at this point I must only have 2 upgrades left, right? Counters and chairs 2, and then the bike keys. Yeah, counters and chairs 1, in fact, and the bike keys, and that's it. Oh, they want more fever mode. I'll take it. Because my customers are not coming in fast as they should be. Okay, first, let's get... Do I have new rice? We do. Stranger Rice Bowl. A play off of parent and child, replacing the chicken parent with non-fowl meat. Cute. But this is the first time of the series we've done Stranger and Child, which means that she gives up on it later on in the series. Give me energy so I can put a new entree out. Or fever. Fever's fine. If they're willing to pay, I'm willing to take their money. The feast or famine commences. Okay, first let's get Headmaster out. Why, Headmaster? Is that another letter? Oh yeah, that's right, because his daughter with her American husband have invited him out to Japan to Hawaii to live with them. And then he was musing about why did he survive and other bright people died, and then slowly accepting a world of peace with foreigners visiting places like here. It is. Would you mind reading it for me, perhaps? Reading someone else's mail? But what about your beloved propriety? Are you sure? Because I'd love to. Just tell me who it's addressed to, at least. This won't be the last time Grandma's had this task asked of her. Alright then, let me see. I think it says, Dad. It's hard to tell because the handwriting is just dreadful. Haha. So that's who it's addressed to. Hmm? You mean you didn't take a look yourself? I couldn't if I wanted to. I've done my best to remain discreet about it, but the truth is, I can barely see anymore. You know what? With how thick my glasses get, I would not be surprised if that's gonna be my fate in the future. Great-grandma had glaucoma, I'm extraordinarily nearsighted. So there might be a time in my old age when my nearsightedness becomes total blindness. It's been, 6 months now? My doctor tells me my condition would only continue to deteriorate. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I can't even read my own name on a letter anymore. Pathetic, aren't I? This letter. It's not from your daughter, is it? No. I imagine it's from her husband. I assumed I wouldn't be able to read it because it's in English, but seems the fellow's gone and learned hiragana. I imagine whatever he's got to say to you must be important then. You may be right, but it's too late now. Oh, I could imagine the gist of it well enough. Hurry up and move to Hawaii with us, sir. I bet my left foot that's what it says. Headmaster, this might just be an old woman sticky beaking. But why are you being so stubborn? Grandma, they want him to immigrate to America. He's an old man who's of retirement age, and he's got a medical condition, and he is Japanese. 1950s customs are gonna say no, even if he said yes. I realize you're upset that your daughter went overseas to get married, but no, that's not it. That's not it at all. I understand why she left. If not with my heart, then at least with my head. But that changes nothing. My mind's made up. These stubborn men, Grandpa's the same way. Refusing to talk to his daughter even after she's in labor. Until the second one, long after he's already dead in the first game. Forgive me, madam. I appreciate your concern, but this conversation ends here. My thanks for the meal. It was as delicious as ever. Please do me the favor of forgetting all this. I've come to rather like this place, and I prefer our chats not to end up awkward. Fine, but only on one condition. The next time you visit, you'll let me pick your meal. Do we have a deal? Oh, so that's why he gets the Salisbury steak. Or whatever it is, that steak dish. Because she wants to get him accustomed to the taste of America. I suppose so, but I'll prepare something really special for you. Just promise me you'll come again, alright? Very well. You have my word. Oh, now that I've got to put my foot in it. I promised him a special meal, but what exactly should I serve him? What to do? Only one thing for it. At times like these, Gramps is the man to ask. Fever? Okay. All those empty seats. Okay, while we're here. We've been holding off on Grandpa's story for a while yet. And he's probably got another in queue because there's been so many. I don't need fever, I need energy. For once, I'm gonna say no to fever mode. Hey, Granny. Yes, dear. Where'd you put my brush and inkstone? You couldn't find them, dear? They should be next to the display alcove. I looked there and couldn't find brush or inkstone. But if they're not there, I don't know where they could be. Still, I'm surprised you're looking for them. You haven't written in ages. Planning on taking up calligraphy? Something like that. Is this when he writes the letter that's revealed in Hungry Hearts Diner 1? I think it is. Oh. I just remembered what I think happened to them. He did tell her that she's allowed to pack up whatever she wants to. They burned up, or that. Burned up? How? That tiny fire we had a few years back. It destroyed the box by our family altar where we kept all our important things. Eh? Just thinking about it gets me furious. One silly misplaced stick of incense. It even burned up the child's umbilical cord. Granny? Yes, dear. Whose was it? Whose umbilical cord? Your daughter! Why, that should be obvious. Whose was it indeed? And what do you mean, small fire? I don't remember any fires. Huh? Oh, stop teasing me, dear. It was during Oban last year when... What did happen? Alright, Oban, was that what the culminating event for Hungry Hearts Diner 1 was? Are her memories getting all jumbled because this is Grandma in the past? But the feel is that this is Grandma in the past as remembered by Grandma in the present, who's either dying right now or already dead, and going through her past memories. So maybe the spectral memories of Granny and Gramps are a bit confused because we're ahead of the script now. Oh, that's probably it, they're ahead of the script in her memories! You feeling alright? You're not remembering some nightmare or other, are you? I know I'm not one to talk, but you're getting on in years, honey. Memory starts to get funny when you're old. Remember our wedding vows. Together till our hair goes gray. Well, our hair's getting white now, ha! That was so strange. Where did that odd memory come from? Okay, I've only got 12 energy. That's not enough to make anything. Perfectly enough to get my Stranger Rice Bowl to level 6. And I'm surprised, there's no extra Grandpa's story. We're officially over halfway through the main plot now. Finally, energy restoration. Okay, let me get a new entree in. I should make sable fish with miso. I want to go down the list and unlock everything. I think it's meat cutlet that he wants, or that I have to make for him. No, I think it is Salisbury steak. Look at that. Customer? Yeah. Where to get to? Either way, we'll get to it eventually. Let's make sable fish. Deep accent, a tomato. P.1 fever mode. Let me clear up the counter space first so I don't waste it. Maximum table space. Ooh, fancy eel box. I weed myself off of eel, because while eel is nice, one, the places here are absolute shit, and they put way too much eel sauce on everything. Not just on eel dishes, but on every other dish, that just becomes way overpowering. And it turns out that like almost 100% of all eel is illegally harvested anyway, and is kind of making Atlantic populations of eel very, very endangered, very, very critically endangered. So I figure eel's not so important that I have to weed it, so I don't. That better be more energy. Let me blow all my energy on rice, and then I'll get a new drink out or something. Hey, perfect. Now let's see, we got a side. Does anybody want to finish off my tomatoes? Soda float we haven't done yet, milk tea, tomato juice. These two require milk tea, so we'll do milk tea first for the unlock. That's gonna take. He's got a queue going, so I'll just keep cooking from here. Isn't made by adding milk to tea, but brewing tea in milk. Grandma is so smart. Cocoa is now available. Amazake now available. Oh, it's already at level 6. Okay. Tomatoes cleared out, so I can do more sides. Alright, so what side next? Still working our way through our latest soup. Haven't unlocked that, we have unlocked this. Wait, I guess I'll just go ahead and do this one then. That requires a drink, that requires a side. So tomato juice. I think that's sweet potato and that's a meat bun. No, simmered taro. Taro is delicious. Meat buns are delicious, but so filling. Let's get out of the way and then never again. That's like a whole entree in and of itself. Egg drop soup now ready. Took a bite out of one once and all the meat fell out and cried and cried. Aw, Grandma. Alright, more fever. We got no entree, but that's alright. Cause that way, that'll at least clear out everything else quickly. And everything else has got to go. Got dessert space, got entree space. Only got level 4 with the fried egg, but I think that's alright because nothing else should require a fried egg by now. I just aim for 6 because most things unlock at or by 6. Like 5, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5. Nothing else is really... yeah, there's nothing that requires more than 5 right now. Bang Bang Chicken. Sounds delish. Pork, shrimp, squid, mushrooms, sort of fungi, bamboo shoots, carrots, onion, cabbage, bok choy, finally quail legs. And no place IRL sells this around me. And it only takes 3 energy. There are rice dishes more taxing than this in this game. Alright, so let's go talk to... She hasn't had a conversation in ages. So we'll clear out the showbiz guy first, and then start off her journey. Maybe I could... but wait, no. Talking to yourself again? And is that another bruise on your head? Should I go fetch my special ointment? Look, Granny, between you and me, I'm kind of in a rut here. I can see that. No need to worry, though. This is just, what do they call it? Oh yeah, birthing pains. Whatever you say, dear. Consider me worry-free. Whoa, I appreciate a bit of worry. Truth is, I actually need a favor. Well, color me surprised. If I ask what sort of show you tune in for, what comes to mind? Anything will do, the first thing that comes to mind. Let me see, Kaneko-man. We're talking 30 minutes here, right? Something you could catch up with quickly before getting on with dinner. Why not a nice story about next-door neighbors, like you were talking about recently? Household dramas? Nah, they're shooting those by the dozen these days. You'd be shooting one by now too if you only didn't waste so much time fussing about. So what? I'm after something different, remember? Something totally unique. Right, but in that case, cartoons. Put cartoons on TV. My grandchild's about to be born. It'd be nice to have something we could watch together one day. Something a kid could watch, huh? 30 minutes might just be the ticket then, but still. Still? Problem is, kids don't buy stuff, which means no sponsors. You short-sighted fool! Kids are perfect for that because they get to watch, they get to whine, they get to be consumed by the advertisers, and their parents have the money. They'll be the ones begging mommy, daddy. So make something adults can enjoy too. Huh? I'm saying, why not make a show that adults and children can both go crazy over together? Heh, easier said than done. That's a pretty tall order, you know, even in the movie biz. Why, for that to work, you'd have to make something like, oh, you know, that one they did recently. Oh, that's it! I've got it! I finally got it! Got what? Careful, you're spilling your food everywhere. Tokusatsu, special effects. Special effects? What? You mean like adding a splash of sake to the soup? No, not like that. Remember that movie that came out a while back? With the giant lizard that everyone's going nuts over. The film with the strange name? Never saw it, I'm afraid. Not exactly my cup of tea. Still, I did hear it was quite an experience. Apparently, the monster looked so lifelike that people were fainting just at the sight of it. Exactly. The way they make something look real is like that with special effects. We call it tokusatsu in the biz. Japanese folk tend to have a pretty good eye for detail. That's why a lot of our movie effects look realer than real. If you ask me, our special effects movies are going to set the world on fire someday. I'll need a main character. Someone so unforgettable that one look at their face will leave the viewer hooked. Kaneko Man! He's doing Kaneko Man! The lead can't be a monster though, too scary. It'd be better if he was a guy who takes monsters down instead. Or maybe could transform into a monster, that'd be something, right? I mean, most likely he's going Ultraman, but still. Kids will go crazy for a hero like that. Especially if he's got an easy-to-imitate trademark finishing move. Ugh, I've got more ideas I know what to do with. I'm gonna head back to the office and see what the rest of my team thinks. We can figure out the details later. I'll have this all nailed down by the next time I see you, don't you worry. I wouldn't call it worry exactly. Also, if you can get me a steak for dinner next time I drop in, I'm in the mood for something meaty. I'll see what I can do. Thanks, see you later. Ow! I wonder how many more bumps my poor door frame can handle. Still, he actually asked for the steak, if my old ears are to be believed. Who knew someone would actually order the thing off our menu? It looks like this diner's finally hitting the big time. I have to wonder. When was the first tokusatsu TV series? (1908 to 1933) early development, 1933, 1945 influence from King Kong and wartime effort, 1954 to present widespread recognition. Let's see, 1954 Godzilla, inspired by King Kong. Kickstarted kaiju genre in Japan, the monster boom. 1957, Shin Toho produced a first film serial using the character Super Giant. Popularity of masked heroes over giant monsters, the Henshin boom, started by Kamen Rider 1971. I want to see a timeline. Okay. I'm down rice and appetizers again. And happo size are level 6. Let's just get some cheap rice out. Just something for folks to chew on. Haha! Called it, you would be energy, that's why I banked on it. And then for the entree, ramen, Napolitan, or pizza. Let's do ramen. It only takes 2 energy. Can make ramen for days like this. What desserts have I not made? Shaved ice. Hot cakes. We'll do hot cakes next. Pancakes? Never heard of them, it says. My finger's getting tired from all the clicking. Miso ramen now? Ooh, okay. Let's go talk to her now then. Ah, that was so good. I can't believe a dusty old place like this serves French toast. You really never know, huh? Checking up on Discord real quick. This place might be old, but it's not dusty. Oops, I just wanted to say you can't judge a book by its cover. So, how was the taste of Paris? Oh, Granny, don't be silly. French toast is an American dish. And that is why. Was it Hungry Hearts Diner Neo? Or was it Hungry Hearts Diner 2, where there was a suave Casanova that wanted to be all worldly with French toast? And Grandma knew it wasn't French. Really? They shouldn't call it French then. I can't argue with you there, but at least French fries are still authentic. Well, I guess it's no surprise I didn't know. Grandpa does all the cooking, so he's a food expert. Hey, I've got an idea. Maybe you could add more Western dishes to your menu. I'll ask that grumpy husband of mine. Hey, Wither, can't argue. Well, this is Grandma's amateur day, if you believe it. From Hungry Hearts Diner 1 onwards is when Grandma takes over the business because Grandpa's become infirm. And Hungry Hearts Diner 1 is when she starts cooking herself and learning all the dishes. So at this point of time, she is the amateur. She's basically playing the role of Sue back in Hungry Hearts Diner Neo, where mostly she does dishes, serves the food, does deliveries. So she hasn't become the Granny we know and love yet. Right now, she's merely the front-facing customer service Granny. Thanks. Fancy meals really help me brainstorm. Ideas float to the surface with every bite. Shouldn't cook herself? Unless regeneration potions. You never know, there's bits of humans that regrow. If you're not too quick, then the flesh regrows pretty well. Hair, teeth for some lucky people. It's kind of a shame, it reminds me of Fennec and I talking about like bottom surgery, phalloplasty stuff. And despite the regenerative nature of human flesh, it's kind of a shame that for the skin graft they take so much that you basically take like a whole carving out of your arm, like someone just took a bit out of you, and after it heals over, you still got that deep indentation. It'd be nice when technology finally gets to the point where, or medical technology gets to the point where either the healing could be a bit better, or maybe such a big graft isn't even necessary to do the procedure. Someday. As long as folks are happy with it yet, that's the important thing. Brainstorm. Are you trying to invent something? I'm an aspiring designer. And besides, hair might not have good nutrition, but if we're talking potions, then as Skyrim teaches us, toes, bone dust, hearts, whatever you can get, butterfly wings, have some kind of ethereal magical property. Oh? I thought you worked at the sewing factory. Work in textiles. I want to design clothes. That's a perfect story right there. What, you knew? I can guess that much. I see young women dressed like you walking past you every morning. Oh, but don't lump me in with everyone else, okay? She's not like other seamstresses. My job as a factory seamstress is just what I do to hide my real identity as a world-famous designer in training. Well, good for you. Having a trade's important. You're an apprentice then? Nah, she just got big dreams. Disastrous in today's societal paradigms if large medical advances arise. I mean, depends on where you are. Everybody else in the world, for the most part, gets to enjoy the fruits of either good medical advancements or the ability to travel to good medical advancements. It's mostly here where the real important quality is profit first. Which is really short-sighted. It's extraordinarily short-sighted, because if they want good business and good economy, and workers who are at their peak physical condition to put their nose to the grindstone and miss as few working days as possible to illness or whatever else, then they should want a healthy workforce. It just makes sense, does it not? A healthy workforce is a more productive workforce, and instead they just want cheap chaff that they could easily replace. It's absolutely bonkers. It seems to me that financiers and economists must be really, really bad at math. You could say that, but factory job's not bad either. I can check out all the latest styles. Though I have some complaints. Our factory only handles American clothing. If you want to see real fashion, it's France or bust. Oh ho ho, just like French toast. Huh? You're right. Now that I think about it, why don't you try wearing a dress, Granny? It could be a fun change. Oh no, not for me. How am I supposed to get any work done in one of those floaty things? I like what I'm used to. I guess practicality is an important consideration. I want to make lots of new designs, I really do, but life doesn't always go the way you want it to. Oh, come now, you're still young. And you've got your whole life ahead of you. Whoops, I didn't mean to chat for so long. I'll be back soon for some more Western dishes. I don't know why that girl's always in such a rush. Okay. So, she shouldn't require anything specific yet. No, it's feeder, and then that soup we unlocked, then feeder, then stuffed cabbage, then feeder. And my table is finally cleared of stories. I could just cook and unlock more dishes. Speaking of which, I finally got enough money for the second to final upgrade. Counters and chairs 1, maximum customer space. And enough for the delivery bike. Alright, with delivery, Sweetie wants hotcakes, orange juice, and a sweet snack. Orange juice, hotcakes, and a sweet snack. Let's give her ice cream for the child. Shaved ice, we'll make it shaved ice. And what should I make over here? We got space for soup. And we finally have egg drop soup. Super cheap on the energy. Egg drop soup. Level 5, I'll get you to 1, 2. Ramen level 5, 1, 2. They want cheap chaff they can replace for workers. You want the owners... You want owners who want that to perish. See... What frustrates me is that how the calculus normally works is... Oh, we've got no choice. Either we make prices really high for the consumers and screw them, or we start cutting back hours and pay for the workers. You gotta make a choice. We can't run the business otherwise. How about the executives? How about corporate? I see you hiding back over there. You want us to pretend we don't see you as a third leg in this triangle. And Granny's back already. You've been watching some Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix with her. I don't think I've heard of that one. Gorgeous? Might also be good. What have I been watching lately? Autumn has taken a very depressing turn for me, and so I haven't been able to enjoy as much media as I used to. But Dark Gathering is still ongoing, and that is still phenomenal. I caught up on the latest episode last night, and oof. It's funny how sometimes it comes off as like Pokemon but ghosts. When it comes to the kid, like trying to get her ghost stronger by fighting other ghosts and comparing their curses. But sometimes, man, sometimes it really gets to you. 1 of 8 episodes for Blue Eyed Samurai? You don't know if it's good, but it's not bad so far. That is a good start. Don't know if good but not bad is an excellent place to be for the beginning. Oh, that's not the sweet that she wants! She said a sweet snack! Shaved ice is a sweet snack. I can't believe I failed her. I failed little Subaru. The little child from Hungry Hearts Diner 2 who ends up becoming the apprentice in Hungry Heart... not Hungry Hearts Diner, in Showa Candy Shop 2. Who becomes the apprentice in Hungry Hearts Diner Neo. Okay, so who else needs what? Kino needs... Which dish is that? I was gonna make her something special, but I forgot what it is already. But it's the only dish she needs, so she's gonna finish herself out anyway. Something with the blue bowl. Not stranger rice bowl, is it? Is that all she wants? I don't think it's the same blue bowl. It is not. Neglecting these customers because it's just easier to bounce around. For something that big, normally they want an entree, but I don't think I have a blue bowl entree. It might be coming up later, so she's probably not going to be done for a while then. Okay, from the top, everything is at least level 6. That's not unlocked yet. We could do pasta carbonara if we just make pizza. Is that the leeks and liver? Have I not made leeks and liver yet? No, I have. That's something else then. Don't have, don't have, don't have. That's a side. Don't have, don't have, don't have. Okay, we just go down the list. Napolitan pasta. And for the side, simmered taro next. Simmered taro takes just as long to make, or just as tough to make, as spaghetti Napolitan. Vichyssoise. You think the thing is Western animated, but steeped in the old samurai tropes. It's kind of hard to say these days, really, since... like, what even is Western animated? Or Japanese animated? When even back in the day as well, things always went back and forth over the ocean. You might have things primarily done at one studio, but other work done overseas, and vice versa. Philippines ends up being a popular choice for overseas work, surprisingly. So it's kind of... it kind of bleeds into each other, as who's responsible for what. Full 3D, and not many Japanese studios that do that as well? Oh, that do that this well. I was gonna say, there's a few Japanese studios who are a bit notorious for over-relying on the 3D a fair bit. But when you put the qualifier of does it well, that's another story entirely. Which I could see then, because different studios do develop different pipelines that make some styles better or worse. Okay, next entree, spaghetti. Is my Napolitan already at a decent level 4? Nothing else requires spaghetti Napolitan at any higher than level 4, so I'll just move on. Pizza next. Who could it be now? Who could it be now? Who can that be ringing on my phone? They want tomato juice. She finally gets her tomato juice she's been begging for the entire game. Okay, now let's get more drinks out. There's no more drink unlocks, are there? No, that's it. That's all the drinks, I think. So I could just put whatever I want. Let's do soda float then. Or better yet, I guess, because if that's all the drinks unlocked, then I could use an extra space to put like a second soup or a second side to maximize the unlock speeds. Potato. I keep Rush of the Headmaster because every time I click confirm cooking, it overlaps with the Rush This Man button. Okay. Let's get any soups that need making. Glass noodle and vichyssoise. Just in time for Granny to return. Hey, Ink Boxy and a Fox. Ink Boxy, yes, Ink Boxy and a Foxy. Giving life stories, you totally are. I just want to cook, and these guys just won't shut up about their lives and their misery. Oh no, Foxy, you dropped your phone in a wet street. I have just had my phone recover from getting way too much water damage. I was sure that I would have to replace my phone, which I cannot do at this time of year because I've just spent so much of my savings leading up to this end. Thankfully, turns out letting it dry out, disassembled, for a couple of days usually is enough to get it working again and prevent the electronics from sorting out. Please, won't you give me a chance, just one? Forgive me, but I made my decision ages ago, and I don't intend to change it now. See, this should have been before his other story about, oh, woe was me. I tried to get that one singer to be in my show and be in my movie, but she said no. Normally, in these games, there are often times when a character's story is stalled until you advance somebody else's. That should have been what happened here. If they had this story be a requirement for his story later on, then he wouldn't have given me his entire life story at once. I think they simply forgot to implement the gate that some people's stories require other people's stories first. Your phone's a fighter, huh? Dropped numerous times, cracked only once. This phone is kind of the same way. It's a super cheap blue R1 Plus from 2017, and I fully recommend that no one buy the blue line of phones. They're terrible. But I dropped it so much, it was perfectly fine until one summer in England in day one, fell out of my pocket and hit the ground in such a way to leave a huge, massive crack in the glass, like straight up cracked to the components inside. I'm amazed that thing did not break on me earlier. 2014 from Samsung is a lot more legitimate than a blue from any year. Forgive me, minutes ages ago, don't change it now. But you have so much more talent than you think, I guarantee it. Maybe that doesn't mean much, coming from a guy like me. But I really do have an eye for this kind of thing, please, I'm begging you. I appreciate your fervor, but I'd like to ask you to leave now. Very well, but I hate to see your talent go to waste. I can't give up on you just yet. I'll be back soon, and I hope you change your mind in the meantime. That was quite the fuss. Are you okay there, dear? Was that man trying to come on to you? That man is your regular customer, who you owe a steak to at this point. Well, he was certainly trying to convince me to do something. You have to be firm with those types, just a straight no. Otherwise they'll clamp onto you like a snapping turtle. Oh, it isn't like that. He was asking me to appear in a television show. Oh, was that all? It appears I had the wrong idea. He might look seedy. Again, Grandma, that's your regular! But he really does do TV work. This could be your chance. This could be a chance for you to become a star. No, television just isn't for me. And in any case, I've been thinking about moving on. Moving on from what? Singing. I plan to retire. What a waste. You must be talented if people are asking for you to sing on TV, right? Perhaps. Except nobody at the bar bothers to listen to my songs. Lady! If nobody at the bar is listening to your songs and you have a producer begging you to come on TV, that sounds like a promotion to me. Those piggish men are only here for my looks. Must be nice to be that confident in your own beauty. Ah, sorry. I'd brag about my figure too, if only I had one to brag about. Heh. Still, no shame in looking good, dear. It's just another kind of talent. I wish I could think of it that way. But life isn't that easy. I hope you'll excuse me. I should be more respectful in how I speak to my elders. Oh ho ho. The only thing I've got on you is age, young lady. Call again anytime you want a delivery. Okay, let me see. Pizza's at level 6. Level 7. Level 1 only. I feel like I keep playing the next thing over. For the most part, I think now, it's just down to like special requests by phone. And whatever unique dishes I have to make for the regular diner customers. What do we get? A baseball? An autographed baseball? Whoops. Oh, that's cool. BlueStacks has a... uh-oh. BlueStacks has a nasty habit. For whatever reason, this version of BlueStacks, if I try to move the window, sometimes it goes way too quick, and it just shoots straight out of the visible monitor range. So I think I have to close the game. And then reopen it to get it recentered onto my stream. Gonna watch another episode with her? By all means, enjoy it. This better recenter, because if it doesn't, I really can't do anything else if it's off the monitor. Okay, it is recentered. It's so weird how it does that. I don't know why it does. What other program just launches straight out into the stratosphere if you try to move it too quickly? And there's my all energy restore just in time for Fever. Okay, I'll do Fever. We have no entree to feed them, so they'll only order 2 dishes tops, 1 rice and 1 other. But at least it'll help clear out the space. So, where are we now entree-wise? Pasta carbonara, stuffed cabbage is gonna be liver and... no, I already got liver and leeks. Miso ramen I think we're going to need, so we'll do the miso ramen first. Something to consume in one hand. Inari sushi. Inari sushi is old news by now. Have as much as you need. We got pilaf for rice. We have a new rice dish we can make. We got 2 new rice dishes. 3? Oh, we got 3 new rice dishes I can be making. And the TV ad was nice enough to stick around long enough. 2 new entrees to get through. So much money now. This is the point of any Gygax game, where the money no longer means anything. You'll never run out because there's no more upgrades to unlock. And because every cost you put in making food is made up for as soon as the food is purchased, it's just impossible to lose money now. It's going to expand into the stratosphere. Sauteed spinach we need. And I have no energy to make more of it. And now I have energy to make more of it. Chicken sauté is available. Keep clicking the wrong one. Oh, we got onion rings! I don't recall onion rings being... Did Grandpa take the recipe for onion rings to the grave? And that's why Grandma can't make it in any Grandma-focused Hungry Hearts diner. Hello, and sorry for the wait. Thank you as always. I wanted a meal I could eat in one hand while assembling delicate components with the other. Are you making something? Yes, a prototype. I hope it comes together well. Ha. If it actually does come together, why, it may in fact turn the world upside down. How so? Research is a cycle, hypothesis and verification. Even if you fail, you can simply try again. And now I take my leave. Oh, that was a quick one. It looks like there's a fire burning beneath his bottom. Though for what, I have not a clue. Ma'am! Ma'am! I didn't expect to see you here, young lady. She hasn't figured it out yet. That her neglectful dad, who is a professor, is this exact same one yet. Is he eating properly? Do you mean the professor? Well, he always returns the bowls I bring him empty and chemically sanitized. Phew. Then I made the right choice by leaving your diner delivery menu here. Wait, dear, you wouldn't happen to be... Ah, yes I am, this is my house. And that man's my dad. You two don't look anything alike. People tell me we have the same eyebrows. I told you before that my dad always hides away in his lab and doesn't eat, right? He wasn't like this before. We'd sit around the table and eat together as a family. He'd even eat seconds. He was always so excited to talk about his studies. Not that I understood a word of it, but I respected how much he knew. I suppose he took his love of studying a bit too far then. Love? No, not that. He's possessed. He mentioned, what was it? Information something. Oh, I'm surprised he even mentioned it to you. He rarely talks to anyone nowadays. Was it the information something or other exactly? What is it, information something or other exactly? I have no idea. But according to Dad, yes dear? You won't laugh? I won't laugh. And you won't tell anyone? Well, because these stories don't have any gates on finishing other people's thresholds first, we've already told the time-traveling alien about the professor talking about Maxwell's demon. Even though that hasn't happened yet. Was it Maxwell's demon? Either way. So, we've already told someone about something that has been told to us yet. I won't tell anyone. It's a theory that history, that is the past, can be changed. I'll crack a rib laughing this hard. I need to tell Grandpa. I bet he'd get a hoot out of it. What? You just said you wouldn't. He. Sorry, I was just kidding. I won't tell a soul. It's not like I think it's possible either. It's just... I know why he's so focused on his research. There is something that my dad really wants to change, to erase from the past. Grandma, keep up. It's his dead son. Oh no, I need to go. It'll be a pain if my dad sees me here. Plus, you gotta study. Aren't you still, like, burning yourself out? Bye, ma'am. I'll see you at the diner. A pain, she says. Aren't they father and daughter? She's finally figured out. Don't have much energy, but I should get a new rice bowls out. Pilaf? Chinese rice bowl or fancy eel? Oh, 6 whole energy to cook! I'll start with the pilaf then. Pilaf and work our way down. And hey, almost to level up. So if I just burn all my energy on pilaf, and then sell a bit of food, we'll get all the energy back instantly, with a little bit of maximum boost. Okay, then the next entree is straight down the line as I skip ahead. Straight down the line then, pasta carbonara and stuffed cabbage. How am I on desserts? There's still a few that have not been unlocked yet, so still gonna make more of those. Fever mode, not quite yet. Pasta carbonara, come back. What do you want? Amazake and Kinaka Mochi. Do I have Kinaka Mochi? I do not. That requires this dish, so I can't do this. Refuse the order. So my drinks seem good, but it appears there are still desserts to unlock. Level 6.5, alright. So carbonara is as good as I want it to be. Rice, also pretty good. And only 8 energy isn't enough to make much of anything. To unlock you, all I'm missing is Amazake. Drinkable IV. Not alcoholic, despite the sake part of it. And now I can complete that order if it comes up again. Okay, Grandpa, let's get the story of this old dementia couple then. It seems that Granny's memories are catching up. Oh, hold on. We got restoration. Restoration and spot for new entree first. Priorities, priorities. Stuffed cabbage. Somebody wants stuffed cabbage later? Well, it probably unlocks stuff, so I'll go ahead. I was gonna say save it for when the story is needed for it. But I could always make more later if I need more later. And now the order. Napolitan pasta and corn soup and a salad to start. Okay, we got these. We got Napolitan pasta. Corn soup. Do I have corn soup? Egg drop, glass noodle. Creamy corn soup. I hope she likes it creamy. And a salad. I do have salad. Japanese pickles. Fresh vegetables. Potato salad, but she means fresh vegetables. Okay, Gramps, let's get the story then. Sigh. Hacking is an endless toil, like Sisyphus with his rock. What did I ever do to Hades to deserve this? Just throw away all that junk, we don't need it. I'm not as callous as you, I can't part with memories. Every item I pick up reminds me of this and that and this. The good times, of course, and the bad. Yeah, well, I was born into a household that only had a single kitchen knife to its name. Who cares about objects? Yes, of course, dear. You and your origin story is so fascinating. I think so. What are we going to get? The rough upbringing Gramps game. Hold on. What is this? What is this? Momentarily, the bitrate was in the red, but it's fine now. Scaring me there, Comcast. Rags to, well, slightly better than rags. Oh my, would you look at this? What in the world is that? It's my old chamber pot. Why, this brings back memories. Yuck! What sort of crazy pack rat to keep a disgusting thing around like that? No wonder you're getting nowhere. Stop reminiscing about chamber pots and get to tossing out the trash. I'll just put this aside for now. Heavens no, we'll need it soon enough. Throw it away. If we need a new one, we can just buy it. Men. Always so quick to make wool-headed decisions. We've got to cut corners wherever we can. There are limits. I suppose there are probably newer models for sale. Easier to use, all the bells and whistles, internal plumbing, Grandma? Toss it! Toss it! But you might need this before you know it. Your bladder isn't what it used to be. I won't stand here and take this. Oh ho ho, you don't know how to take a joke. Don't worry your old bones, dear. Even without a chamber pot, I'm sure I'll be able to take care of you and your dotage, hee hee hee. Now then, where were we? Ah yes, I'll just go ahead and mark this for the trashman to take away. Bah, rassafrassin, dirty-minded old biddy making fun of a man's bladder, ain't his fault, he grumble, grumble, grumble. I'm gonna send that to Fennec, because I tease his 5'0" bladder all the time. And honey, I'd be happy to take care of you too. Aww! He never expresses such things out loud in these games. In the first one, he was he was already a ghost from the start, I think. And it's a ghost reflective of his old age when he's a grumpy old man. And in games 2 and 3, he's dead. He's gone. So we don't get to see the sweet side of him. Aw, Grandpa, you should be more open about your feelings. Wow, you really brought me Neapolitan pasta. I love all the amazing options your menu has. Other places don't deliver meals like this. Well, Grandpa trained in restaurants all over the place in his younger years. I did that once too. The meals you bring me, they bring back memories. The flavor of tomatoes and olives that grew bathed in the Mediterranean sun. The scent of the sweet ocean breeze. You've been overseas? Yes, when I was young, for vocal training. Oh, so that's why you ordered Neapolitan pasta. It must bring back memories. Hmm? Oh my, didn't you know? Neapolitan pasta is a Japanese dish. Really? Here I thought it was some famous dish from Naples. Not quite. Anyway, I simply had a hankering for the taste of ketchup today. And besides, I never made it to Naples. I was more... north. Aw, you poor thing on the German side of Italy. But nevertheless, it does bring me back. Good memories? That's a difficult question. I crossed the sea alone and defiant to become an opera singer. But my ears chanced upon a French chanson and I fell in love. I started singing at a bar and learned the language that way. It's incredible you did all that at a young age. Incredible? No. It was only because I was young that I could be so reckless. But why did you come back? Was it the war? Yes. And for my baby. Oh my. I never would have guessed you had a child. I wouldn't expect you to. Not when I can't really believe it myself. Oh no. She's got some sort of hidden past that she's not ready to talk about. We gotta feed it out of her. And then happy music after that bombshell. Okay, who's next? Maestro? Who I think we've only fed once. Ramen and fried rice. And a soup that'll go well with both, that's right. We couldn't figure out the soup that goes well with both. Fried rice is easy. Ramen is easy. We got both those right the last time because he literally asked for them by name. But then a soup that goes with both. You would have thought it's miso soup, but it's not. Clam miso, tonjuru, egg drop soup, glass noodle soup, satsuma soup, creamy corn, consomme, vichyssoise. What about egg drop soup? In this era, ramen is considered a Chinese dish. So what if we add a Chinese dish to it? Let's free up some table space before activating fever. Better yet, I got empty space. There'll be more fever time. Let me get some rice out. Spend some energy, get some production in. Because we're almost close. Oh, the ad closed on me! I was gonna do fever time and they get money to replenish my energy and get some more food out. The next time then. It's gonna fill up pretty soon anyway. 3 energy to make one. Okay. Oh, that was dumb. I got the double energy restoration, what a waste. Let's go heavy on the entree, because I got loads and loads of entrees to unlock too. Chasu ramen? Granny, I'm trying to cook ramen here. Yay, got it! Don't you think there's something wonderful about being able to eat whatever you want, whenever you want? Excuse me? You're not wrong, though. Most people were struggling to find their 3 square meals a day until not so long ago. I wasn't talking about starving per se. More like, it's nice not to come home and find someone's eaten all your pickles, or be forced to drink low-sodium miso. Who knew that being able to eat ramen at all hours of the day would make a man feel so free? Sounds a bit sad if you ask me. You know what's even better? With nobody to bother me, my writing's coming along at a crackling pace. Were people bothering you before you moved to this apartment then? Constantly. If it wasn't my father-in-law wanting a game of shogi, it was my mother-in-law telling me to tidy the house. They'd complain about my desk lamp being too bright at night when I was up late working. I'm the breadwinner. Are you? You haven't been published yet! Yet it felt for all the world like I was one of those fishing birds being dragged around by its neck. Dear me, I didn't realize authors had it so tough. I wasn't talking about myself, of course. This is all just a plot of a novel I worked. Sure it is, buddy. It certainly felt very true to life. I can see why you became a writer. Yes, thank you. Now then. I imagine you're eagerly awaiting news of my progress, yes? With my book, I mean. You must be excited to realize that a literary masterpiece is being built word by word in such a podunk town. Actually, I'm eagerly awaiting you taking this food off of me before it grows cold. Ah. I was starting to worry about that myself. Anyway, writing is the sort of thing that happens best late at night. I don't have anything to show you just now. Instead, I'll devote myself to consuming this tasty meal you brought me. Wait, so you haven't written anything since the last time I was here? What? No, of course I have. My book is coming along splendidly, I assure you, so it's not. Well, if you say so. Is that disinterest that I detect? I think this guy wants more of the lifestyle and the vibes more than he wants to actually publish a book. Would it kill people to just have a touch more respect for the literary arts? You gotta actually write something before you can complain about respect for the literary arts, man. Publish or perish, as they say in academia. We got 9 things cooking now. Confirm button didn't want to be confirmed. It's trying to avoid becoming a permanent part of the church. Oh, you got a new story! And we still have a little bit to go before she wants... Okay, the cabbage is way after this, so this, then that soup, and then something, then the cabbage. And then she's finished. The scenery of Paris around... Are you the daughter? Is the singer woman simply so old, but looks phenomenal for her age, and you're actually. Nah, no, of course not. Just because you both like Paris. That doesn't mean you're related. The scenery of Paris surrounds me. I'm seated in a luxurious cafe in the Champs-Élysées. I have no idea how to pronounce that, sorry, it's French. This is no cafe, and it's definitely not Paris. Eek! Don't just jump out like that, you startled me. I need to clean up those plates. But why are you still sitting around? Don't you need to head back to the factory? Nah, not today. The generator's broken, so you got the afternoon off. Well, don't sound so celebratory yet, that means you're not getting paid. But it's not like I have anywhere else to go. Do you mind if I sit here while I think about some designs? Well, you're taking up a seat that any other customer could have, so order a drink or something. Go ahead, but I might ask you to scoot over if it gets crowded. Oh, okay. Can you really get any thinking done here with all this noise? It's just as noisy back home with my little brothers. We're a 6-person family in a tiny 2-room apartment. It drives me nuts. It's much easier to think here, less commotion. Ha ha ha. Are your little brothers still young? Yep, they're in elementary school. That makes you quite a bit older. Oh, I said little brothers, but they're actually my cousins. Sounds like a complicated family situation. Yeah, I'm an orphan. A distant aunt and uncle took me in when I was young. An orphan taken in by a distant aunt and uncle when she was young. And the singer cannot believe sometimes that she has had a child. Maybe they're connected after all. And the Paris connection is not just superficial. Sorry to prize somewhere I shouldn't have. You must have had a hard time of it. Not really, honestly. They treated me just like their own daughter, and I've had a fine life, if not a rich one. They're really kind. Just good people all around. I'm lucky to have foster parents like them. Truth is, I've seen a lot of people who've had it much, much worse. I suppose that's no surprise. We've all lived through some terrible times. Wow, these drawings are impressive. Is this a design work you mentioned? Yeah, you think they're good? I mean, I've got talent and I know it. So, this is the clothing you want to make. When are you going to sell it? I'm not. At least not yet. She can't just sell ideas, Grandma. She needs materials. She needs space. She needs her own factories. She needs distribution. I see. Well, there's no rush. You can take your time. You're still young after all. I wish I could say that. Okay, we got the energy for more rice. Chinese rice bowl's only level 2 though, so you gotta keep grinding at it. Two, 3, and done. Whoops, didn't mean to click on you. Wow, this tastes great. Your chasu ramen's the best in Japan, Granny. No, the world. I feel like all the pain and hard work I endured today was for the sake of this delicious ramen. The first time I see you in weeks. And suddenly you know how to compliment an old lady. What happened? This ramen did. I could eat it every day for 100 years and never get sick of it. True. Right. So where have you been? And where have you been eating? Sakura's, I bet you that he's apologized, he's turned a new leaf, he's taking better care of her. Well, or at home. Turned a new leaf and eating at home. With his family, with his parents and his new baby brother. Mom's cooking? It's amazing, ha ha ha. I see. I only stopped by today because I worked up a big appetite at training. Oh, so he has gone to the police dojo. And I couldn't wait until I got home to eat up. Training? Have you taken up the shamisen or something? Not that kind of train. Shamisen, don't be silly. I was at the dojo. Oh. So you decided to try judo after all? Yeah, I guess. That policeman kept asking and wouldn't take no for an answer. So how was it? Having fun? Fun? Get this, Granny. I'm getting thrown around like a rag doll. Me! Ha ha ha. Even kids half my size fling me across the room. I'd laugh if I wasn't too busy gasping for breath. Ho ho ho, sounds like judo's more than you bargained for. I've learned a good lesson. No matter how tough you think you are, there's always someone tougher out there. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Where did all that bluster and bravado go? You aren't a tanuki in disguise, are you? Come on, stop that. Besides, do I look like I have two paws and a tail? No, I suppose not, but I bet Sakura's delighted to see you turn over a new leaf. She said she'd root for me at this match I'm having soon. I told her she didn't have to, but she insisted. And I bet you're pleased as a pickle that she'll be there. No, I'm not. Besides, she only wants to come because she likes putting on that whole big sister act. I can't be too happy for him because we all know that she ends up dead to a drunk driver before the first game even begins. I'm sure it's something else entirely. By the way, how's her ankle? Getting up alright? They could have had her as a customer at least, you know? A bit of personality to her besides the gal that rags on him, marries him, and then dies soon after. Yeah, turns out it wasn't that bad of an injury after all. When I heard, I was so relieved. Oh ho, if she could walk. How about bringing her here for a nice meal sometimes? Yeah, when do we get Sakura in the flesh? Yuck. Absolutely not, Granny. I know you just want to tease me in front of her. Was it that obvious? So you know, poking fun at younger folk is a senior citizen's favorite hobby. Yeesh. Not cool at all, old people. Oh ho ho, just you wait. You'll be as wrinkled as the rest of us before you know it. Maybe. But I plan on living life to its fullest before that happens. Excelsior! My, someone's been studying. Comic books apparently, Stanley. Hehe. By the way, I've been meaning to ask, what are your plans for the future, Officer Hero? Huh? It's about time for you to pick up a trade, isn't it? Yeah, I suppose so. I've got a few careers in mind. And I've got my eye on one extra cool one in particular. But because he didn't choose at 14 and begin studying for that specific academic career choice by 15, it's too late and all he can do is cop. Oh? What is it? All the guys at the dojo shown down at the station, well, go on? Never mind. Forget I said anything. Thanks for the meal, Granny. The chasu ramen was incredible. Glad you enjoyed it, dear. Take care. It must be nice to be young, and have the potential to be whatever you want to be. I wonder what path that boy will choose. Whatever it is, I have a feeling he'll grow up to be a decent, upright man. Fake police badge collected. Oops, not that. Trying to click the food, please. New story for her, then the soup. Then more story. Then cabbage. That's probably gonna run out before then. These completion collections don't seem to have as much impact as, say, the wishes in Hungry Hearts Diner 1, or the other scenes like Neo. Neo, I think, is my favorite so far. A certain youngster inspired by this pursue a life of crime fighting justice. Well, it's been a couple of hours, so before I open up her story and continue that, let me give myself a BRB. Because I gotta make myself some more tea, give my mouth a bit of a rest. And we'll continue when I return, and the tables are a bit fuller, so give me a second. Okay, what'd I miss? Have we got energy back? Nah, just fever mode. And now the option is gone, but that's perfectly alright. Just want to ease back into the game. Clear off these plates. What are you waiting on? You want a special food too, don't you? You're still stuck all the way at the start, because you want Tanjiro. And Tanjiro was old news, but you had your chance, man. Okay, level 8 already. Level 7, level 7. Everything is beyond where it should be, so my energy is going to be going to waste. Granny, I want to have some consommé the next time I stop by. The French soup? Sure, I can do that. Really? Thanks. Well, let's Grandpa do the cooking. You really like Western food, don't you? French food specifically. But it's more like something I'm yearning for, if that makes sense. When I was younger, I was sure that once I grew up, I'd wear beautiful dresses and be pampered and praised. You wanted to be a sugar baby, is what you're saying. I thought I'd spend my days dining out of the fanciest French bistros and living a life of luxury. Oh, but look at me now. You never know what hand life will deal you. Those are some big dreams for a little girl. Weren't raised at a fairy tale castle by any chance, were you? Well, not exactly, but you're kind of close. My parents were pretty well off. They started a business in China and it flourished. We even had 4 servants. You don't say. But we lost everything at the end of the war, and the ship meant to take us back to Japan hit a mine. I was the only one who survived. Life can change so suddenly, can't it? I think in the end, I just want to reclaim who I once was. Not to have it handed to me, but to make it my own 2 hands. You've been through a lot, haven't you, dear? I guess that's what people mean when they say everyone has a history. Oh, there I go babbling again. You're such a good listener, Granny. I hope I didn't make you feel bad for me. Bad enough to put my meal on the house? Not a chance. I'm running a business here, not a charity. Aww. But I'll be sure to make some consommé for you the next time you come by. And by I'll be sure to make some consommé, you mean Grandpa's gonna make sure to make some consommé. Yay, thanks, I can't wait. Okay, just need my glass noodle soup to clear space. Then I'll make some for her before she leaves. Perfect. Con Soup May. She better stick around to finish it. The day ends in 3 minutes. Sends you out to get you back in. Get a whole bunch queued up. Fever? Oh, just energy. If that was fever time, would have guaranteed she comes right back in. Oh, there she is anyway, doesn't matter. She's gonna get her special dish. She's gonna eat it. She'll have one story, come back, have another story, then have the cabbage before it expires. Except there's only 6 cabbage left. I'll keep this stocked up then. Oh, this consommé with its golden hues. I can feel the ambiance of Paris. Also, if her parents died on the boat back to Japan, then totally not related to the singer then. Coincidental completely. Glad it was to your taste, dear. So, how's the design work going? You getting closer to that dream of visiting Paris? About that. Lately, I've been thinking that I don't need to try so hard to leave this town behind. Oh? What changed your mind? You talk about Paris so much, I sometimes think it's the only word you know. You make it sound like I'm some kind of one-trick parrot. Look, just think about it realistically, okay? Sure, I want to be a designer. but I'm just a novice at it. Meanwhile, I'm already a professional seamstress. Apparently her designs aren't bad though. Who's got a better chance of making out there, a trainee or a pro? I can't keep running after silly dreams forever. Going to Paris to study design. Can you even imagine how much that cost? Besides, I want to help send my little brothers to school, so they can have a chance at a better life. Aw, that's a noble heart, Honor. And with my salary at the factory, maybe we could move to a bigger place. True, but is that what you want? This sounds like a fine goal to me, Grandma. If she is enough of a professional seamstress, that she actually does have a good salary, and she isn't just forced to muck about at whatever the factory will give her, and she could actually afford a bigger place, then perhaps in time she'll be able to leverage that to getting like a studio or a shop of her own, to have young up-and-comers work on her design, you know? There's potential in this, and all the while she's caring for her family, she's doing what she wants to do on that end. She gets to be the homeowner and the lord of her little castle. You only get one chance at life. My aunt and uncle always tell me not to worry about our finances. They say I should chase my dreams, but I don't think they even know just how far away France is. I bet they've never even touched a fork or a knife. I can't just go off on my own. That would be unfair. I'm sure my aunt and uncle struggled to take me in. It must have taken a real toll on them. Even a spoiled girl who grew up in a fairy tale castle can figure out that much. I thought you had your head in the clouds, but you've got your feet firmly planted on the ground. Heh, can't deny that. Well, you can do whatever you want with your life. As for me, all I can do is feed you. You're always so sure of yourself, Granny. You know you're a cook, and you know who you are. Thanks, but just to set the record straight, Grandpa is the one actually making all the food here. Wait, your husband's the chef? Sad to say, but that's right, he's a cook in the family. That's so nice. I bet any kid of yours would be happy to eat his yummy food every day. I don't know about that. My husband never lifts a finger in the kitchen at home unless it's to pick up the newspaper. But chefs are trained to make fancy food, right? That's right. He had some training when he was younger. He doesn't look it, but he's good for his cooking and nothing else. Then maybe he could make me that dish that I've been craving. What dish? I have to go. The factory manager wants to talk to me. I'll be back again soon, thanks for the food. What dish could it possibly be that she wants next? We have to wait for one more story for her to muse on about how much she wants stuffed cabbage. And then stuffed cabbage the next time, and then she's done after that. So let's keep this going just to keep it in stock. For at least 2 more cycles of her. And there's no harm spending all my energy on it because I can't make anything else at the full counter anyway. Grandma won't let me waste food. Oh, but the hunger meter's already so far down, it's gonna be few people coming in unless we get fever time. Or the day expires. Next day in 2 minutes. Level 11 consomme. I made too much. Six is the nice medium I'm going for because that's not too many. And that typically unlocks most things by then. Oh man, I hope I'm almost to the end here. Just 2 things that require simmered eggplant. And that's all of the sides as far as I know. Where is she? Where is she? There she is. And she got a star over her head. Better be a story this time. Story. Now I want the story so I can rush through her. Cho Far Sai. That's not in English, it's fake. Okay, let's start with that simmered eggplant. Not the chassis ramen. Behave. Okay. And then, what else beyond that? Oh, now there's more. No, this is for soups. That's for soups. For the sides. Sides look done. There's no more to unlock on sides. Vigissoir. We'll get some Vigissoir through. Wrong button. Okay. Rice. I need more rice. Chinese rice bowl at 8, fancy eel box, chicken and egg, let's do fancy eel. With its 6 whole energy investment to make a single one. But I'm almost at the next level up, so any bill that I collect now will instantly refill my energy. I might scare. Let's get the Tanjiro in. Just so I have it. And we can start working on Maverick. Not sure what she wants right now, because I don't quite recognize the icon of the customer thing. Let's make a bit more to pad this out. Alright, story time then. Sigh. Could you pass me the bill, Granny? What's wrong? You could blow the house down with that sigh of yours. I'm just not in the mood for Paris today. Got a bit of a stomach bug? That's not it. There's a concourse for fashion design coming up. How are you supposed to conquer someone with fashion? Not conquer, concours. It's a competition. And a famous designer personally looked at the design submitted. She travels all around the world for her fashion work. I really admire her. My, sounds like a great chance for you to show off these great drawings of yours. But the truth is, I'm thinking of giving up becoming a designer. What? The factory manager said he wants to make me the team leader. My salary will go up, so I can help my aunt and uncle more. Is that what you want to do? It's better than chasing a dream. I don't know if it's even possible. And if I find my current job take 4. And I find my current job pretty rewarding. I do. We had some new hires come in last month, and I've been showing them the ropes. And you're happy with that? This sounds like connections. She makes connections with the design world, and she could use her connections at the factory. I think she's setting herself up for success, is what she's doing. Yeah, if you say so. Oh right, I just remembered something. Do you think you can make a dish for me? It's called shol farsi. Is that the dish you were thinking about the other day? Yeah, I think that's the name of it at least. Shol farsi. So you want an Iranian dish then? Aw, I guess it was too much to ask. What kind of dish is it? I think it had a meat with a leafy vegetable wrapped around it. And some yummy soup, too. That's not much to go on, but maybe Grandpa'll be able to help. Give me some time, don't expect too much. Okay, but I'll have my fingers crossed. See you. What could the dish be? This is a tough one. She's been eating it every time she comes in! It's already Thursday. Is she gonna come in on a Thursday? I don't think she's a Thursday visitor, but there's a smaller chance for folks to show up outside their primary days. At least that's how it worked in prior games. That if somebody is, say, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday person, they'll for sure show up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but have a smaller chance to show up on the other days. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the way it works on this one. They could possibly only show up on their days. Ba-dun-dun-dun-dun. Let's see. It's Thursday now. 20 minutes of the next day. I gotta wait 20 minutes for it to show up on Friday. A sweet snack. Hotcakes, orange juice, ramen. Oh, I think I skipped the ramen part last time. I just saw hotcakes, orange juice, and sweet snack, and thought, okay, hotcakes, orange juice would count as a sweet snack. She straight up says ramen. I kind of miss when they had to make you think in the previous one about what exactly they wanted. Hotcakes and orange juice. Because they've been a lot more direct now. There's only been very few things where they have to make you think about it, like, I want something that goes good with fried rice and ramen. There's nothing bad if you get it wrong, so there's no harm in guessing and not getting it right. Chicken and egg bowl. Is it cutlet bowl that she wants? That requires chicken and egg bowl to level 3. Brutal Japanese name is parent and child. So we have parent and child and stranger and child. Cutlet rice, is that what she wants? I think it is. That's the right bowl shape, the right food on it. When does Maverick show up? What day is Maverick? Friday, Saturday, so he's not till tomorrow too. But we've been feeding him so much, I bet you we just gotta go story after story after story once he gets his 100 in. Delivery! Oh, hi there. I got your money ready right here. Thank you, dear. Did you bring my pancakes? And ramen? And the juice? I certainly did. Is your aunt visiting you again today? Yep. Hey, that food you brought me the other day was super yum. Well, I'm very glad to hear it. So you know my aunt? Well, she says talking to me is really fun. She smiles at me all the time and she's super nice. Talking to her makes me so happy, I just want to jump up and down like crazy. Aw, she's so precious. It sounds like you like her a lot, dear. I do. It'd be great if she could stay around forever. We could take baths together and nap together and... Why don't you invite her to have a sleepover? I already did, but she says she can't. She always leaves before Granny gets home. I don't know, folks. This is sounding more and more suspicious. Plus, she told me I can't tell anybody about her visits. She said it has to be our secret. I wonder why, though. But you told me about it. Ah! You won't tell anyone, will you? Not a word. I've got a mouth like a steel trap where secrets are concerned. Phew. Thanks, Granny. See you next time. I wonder what that's all about. Maybe she doesn't get along with the girl's grandmother. Oops, there I go again. Gramps is always telling me off for sticking my nose into other people's business. Speaking of Gramps. Yeah, see? The way it's built right now, that Tokyo Tower. Looks... Where's my... There it is. Looks just like how it does in this picture here. Apparently, that was February of 1958, when it's about a third or halfway up like that. And it completes in 1958, so they were quick. So fairly safe to say this is a 1958 game. Staring up at that tower again? Why, yes. Taller than it was yesterday, isn't it? Sure is. Feat of engineering, if you ask me. I doubt either of us ever dreamed we'd be seeing something like this way back when. Way back when we got married? That's right. Ancient history, huh? Oh ho ho, ancient history. What did you think we'd live to see? Huh? What sort of world did you think we'd see in the future, I mean? I honestly couldn't tell you. But who knows? Maybe it was the exact sort of world we ended up in. Oh ho ho ho. Fair enough. I wonder what they'll use it for once it's built. Why does it have to be so tall? You didn't know? It's a radio tower. The top will emit all sorts of electromagnetic waves or some such. Dang, Grandpa's pretty well read too. Oh, so that's what it's supposed to do. I'm surprised I didn't know. What with how much you stare at the thing. My apologies, oh educated one, for being a mere unschooled plebeian. They're good about an observation deck up there too, I hear. My, that sounds like so much fun. Now, if Grandpa dies around the time when Mabo is in grade school and his little brother's about to be born, then it should be fully complete by that point. So there's a chance that they get to go up to the top of the tower. They got that to look forward to at least. That sounds like so much fun. How about you and I go up there once it's finished? Sure. If we still can, anyway. Honey, Yes? If I pass on, I want you to have a plan. Don't say that, dear. It's bad luck. I'm being serious. It'll happen one day, sooner or later. You might not be the first to go, you know. It's happening, folks. This game has been so lighthearted the whole time, and we knew the theme of this game was going to be Grandma passing on eventually. I figured that this game was either Grandma going into her memories in her as she's infirm in bed, or she's already passed on and going through her life memories. But now, it's starting to pull those teardrops out of my eyes. It's beginning. It's finally happening. No, I forbid it. I absolutely forbid it. Forbid it all you want. This isn't the sort of thing you can control. Promise me that I'll go first. I can't imagine living in a world without you. Oh, this is so sweet. He's finally opening up all the things he couldn't say out loud. All the things he keeps to himself. My, how romantic and selfish of you. I can't imagine living without you either, dear. And then she has to for the next 3 games. That ... right there. That is her knowing that she is simply looking through her memories. Remembering that she said that and knowing that she has to live without him. That she has been living without him. Oh man, I'm actually crying right now. I'm not to a sobbing point yet. That's guaranteed gonna be at the end. But it's dripping. Gotta keep this up for the next 14 minutes. These two both. And then everything else could expire ASAP. Does he need something? I think he's like meat, right? No, he wants Chirashi Bowl, that's right. And he's gonna be gone Friday, Saturday till Sunday. You want the next rice bowl up? So as soon as one of these things empty out, maybe as soon as a consomme empties out, I'll put the next rice dish there. If they could actually order it! Get these butts in seats! Get these foods off my counter! There, finally gone. Now for the cutlet rice bowl she wants. Just gonna stack it up where she gets 6 whole energy, but it's 5 stars. And it costs 500, this is gonna be huge money. Just for this, she wants huge money rice bowl. That's definitely her father's salary that she's paying. Look how quick that drained. That drained so fast. Gotta be tactical, wait for this to expire, get it back over there, because I want it in the right order, I'm aiming like that. Gotta keep this going. We'll get more entrees soon, I promise. Eat up! Oh, this is a cutlet rice bowl. So you'll cut right through the top of the ear, ha ha ha! Is that supposed to be a pun? And what if it is? Words are powerful. This will give you good luck. I want to know now what the original wordplay was. Don't think I forgot you praying to the god of Natto the other day. Heh, right, I did. Do your best and leave the rest, and do your best and let the heavens do the rest. Exactly. Is it almost time for the university entrance exam? Yes, almost. Like it or not, the time has come. Do your best, and don't worry about the rest. Heh, I see what you did there. Still, I wonder if I could really do it. She's misguided. She's trying to live her brother's life, so her father will notice her, but that's the wrong way to do it. She's making herself miserable. She's killing herself, pushing herself so hard. She's gotta find what she wants to do with her own life. Because her dad's not gonna notice her, even if she tries to emulate her brother, but he might if she finds her own excellence. That's not like you, dear. Got cold feet? I'm just being realistic. I know that with my marks the way they are, my chances are rather dire. She got from nowhere to 4th in her class, studying a subject she could barely comprehend, like last week. If she put herself towards a topic that she actually was passionate and cared about, she'd be a phenomenon. You think so? You were cheering me on too. I'm sorry. I was so desperate up until a little while ago. I worked myself to the bone because I felt like I had to. But it's fine. I've accepted that I've done all that I can. There's nothing else I can do now. Well, if you say so, dear. And there's one more thing. After studying fungi so much for the entrance exam, I actually started to like them. They come in so many shapes, and there's so much to learn about them. You believe a lie long enough, it'll become true. So, I think even that if I don't end up going to Todai, I still want to become a mycologist. You have a goal now. That's wonderful, dear. Yes. It was just like what you said, ma'am. Oh? Did I say something? I slept a lot, ate a lot, and thought a lot, just like you told me to. After that, I kind of put it all behind me. I lack confidence. I'm bad at studying. I'm certainly not a genius. Honestly, I don't know why I was trying so hard to get into Todai. But even if I just started because I was stubborn, this is the first time in my life I've ever tried so hard at anything. So, I know that at the very least, I have what it takes to try. Exactly! She did so hard for a subject incomprehensible. Imagine when she does what she actually wants to do. And that's given me a newfound confidence of a sort. And I was so worried about how my dad was skulking on his own. But now that just feels silly. Oh ho ho, is that so? Yep. So from now on, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm still going to work hard, but not for someone else. I'm gonna do it for myself. That's wonderful, dear. Go and give it your all. I will. And if I pass the entrance exam, make me something delicious to celebrate, okay? Of course. I'll have an extra special meal ready for you, though I expect you'll pay. Time for me to go. No confidence, eh? Doesn't look that way to me. That wasn't the face of someone who doesn't believe in herself. See, she says prep an extra special meal. But she's done any other Hungry Hearts Diner game, and there would be a final meal to feed her. But there's nothing. With rare exception, most of these guys only need 1 or 2. Now granted, for some of these, right, like it doesn't show the ones that have already been finished. But a lot of these ones haven't really required much of anything. one, maybe two things tops. So this is definitely a much quicker and faster Hungry Hearts Diner game. Five more minutes till tomorrow. A rice omelet to get more of this weird ant story. And just a single one. Can we get somebody else in to eat this last one so I can move it here and then cook some more of it? Quickly, workmen, quickly. Okay. Oh, there's a kid's meal coming up. I bet you that's gonna be the last one we have to make for Sweetie. For Sweetie Susie. Subaru, Sweetie, Subaru, Susie. Okay, what next? We got an entree, we got more entrees to make, we got this stuff clogging it up. We don't need this anymore, we got so much of it. Shoops. Require Iken Ekor Kuning. Require tomato juice for minestrone. Require cream stew. Sides. How are we doing on entrees? Tantan man, chicken sauté. I feel like I should put some steak out for some of these guys. Because we still got Slick shows up today. Well, it's almost Friday anyway. I was thinking maybe could put some whatever he wants out for him. Dear me, why the long face? I really like rice omelets, did you know that? That's good, because I've got your order right here. Yay! But we're saying goodbye to my auntie soon. Is she getting arrested? Is she going somewhere? No, but we are. Someplace far. In a little while we're going to our new home. Oh, I see. I remember you saying you have to move for your father's work. Yep. We put together all these cardboard boxes for our stuff the other day. Well then, you must be just about set to go. Yeah, but once we move I won't be able to see Auntie anymore. Why is that? Is your new home very far away? Not that far away. But when I asked her to come visit me at her new place, she said she couldn't. She said she can only come to this house. She's a ghost, isn't she? Not gonna lie, I was kind of confused about the third Hungry Hearts Diner game. Not the third Hungry Hearts. I keep talking Hungry Hearts. About the third Showa Candy Shop game. The third Showa Candy Shop one was... I'm not sure if it was time travel or just being a ghost, but there was a cat, a neighborhood cat that would give messages back and forth. And the granny in charge of the Showa Candy Shop in Showa Candy Shop 3 was confused by all the kids talk about the late Showa economic boom and whatnot. Was that late Showa by then or Heisei officially? Either way. I haven't played Showa Candy Shop 3 in so long. So... could it be that this auntie is like the original proprietor of the Showa Candy Shop? And the current Showa Candy Shop grandma is her replacement? I don't know. Why is that? I don't know. Well, she probably has her reasons. There's not much you can do about it. Just gotta accept that at face value, Granny. Yeah... You could always come back here if you really want to see her again. I'm sure you could visit from time to time, even after you move. Oh right, I hadn't thought of that. You know, I've never gotten to introduce myself to this aunt of yours. Maybe I'll say a quick hello before I go. Hello? I'm from the local diner, and I just wanted to introduce myself if you have a moment. That's odd, nobody's coming out. Auntie? Auntie? Oh, that's weird, she was just here. It's alright. Maybe she doesn't like meeting new people. Sorry for keeping you, dear. You and your aunt go enjoy that food before it gets cold, alright? Everyone always says that. Is cold food bad for you? Not really, no. It just doesn't taste as good. Oh, okay. Thanks, delivery granny. My pleasure, dear. See you next time. Okay, we got Friday. We're officially in Friday territory. That's her last story, but I'm pretty sure. So who are the Friday customers I need? Friday needs Tonjuru. You got your cabbage on Friday, so you're gonna be closer to finish. Slick was Thursday, forget about him. Finish and finished. Showbiz was yesterday, but comes by tomorrow. Won't be back till Sunday. And then delivery. Delivery, delivery, delivery. Okay. Comes by today. Comes by today. Then a whole bunch of stories. Then what is it, Satsuma? So for now I could just put down whatever I need. I just did macaroni salad to go down the list. Wrong one. That's her close to the finish, him close to the starting, and so now I don't need this two junk buildings taking up space. Alright. Start with the designer-to-be. You're finally here. I've got something new for you, have a bite. Something she's been enjoying for ages now. Oh, your treat? I told you before I run a business here. I was just asking. I have whatever you recommend, madam. Coming right up. Here's your dish. Is this? It is. Cho Farsi. This is just how it looked. When I told my husband about the dish you mentioned, the rusty gears in his head started turning. They spun out this. Now eat up before it gets cold. I will. I remember this taste. Here in Japan, it's called stuffed cabbage. I ate this when I was a kid, with my birth parents. I think we were celebrating something. I remember wearing shiny new shoes and a nice outfit to a French restaurant. It was the first time I'd eaten Cho Farsi, stuffed cabbage, and it was so yummy. I was blown out of the water by all the wonderful things France had to offer. There was a food, but there was music too, and literature and fashion. Everything French was incredible. But now, this flavor kind of reminds me of home. I miss it. I hear it's a regular home-cooked meal over there. Really? Here I thought it was something fancy. A home-cooked meal, huh? I think I was just hoping to find a way back home. If I went somewhere else. If I got big in some faraway country. I felt like I could go back to those days somehow. Back when everything shone so brightly, even my future, and the world looked so beautiful to me. Back when I thought all of my dreams could come true. My parents always watched over me, you know. I remember them smiling down on me that day too. What were they celebrating? I remember now. It was my birthday. Oh, Mom. Dad. Ooh. Are we gonna see her flashback? Are you feeling better now? Yeah. So what are you going to do? We haven't had a little cutout to black like that before. Is that just her composing herself? Have a little bit of a sob. Huh? What are you talking about? That Conquer thing. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Concours, not conquer. Heh, that dried my tears right up. Good. It's strange seeing you so weepy. Let me ask you again. What are you going to do? Are you going to give up the dream you wanted so much to cry for? No, I don't want to. It really is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. I love my aunt and uncle, but I can't abandon my dream. I'm awful, aren't I? Oh, come now. Young ladies like you mustn't have snot running out their nose like that. Yeah, that's for men like me. Listening to you makes me feel bad for your aunt and uncle. I know, right? No, you don't understand. I'm sure your aunt and uncle love you like nothing else. How do you think they'd feel if they knew you gave up your dream for them? People say that the kids don't understand their parents. But you should talk to them before deciding things all on your own. Go and bare your heart to them, so they can do the same to you. It'll be more useful than complaining to an old lady running a diner. You're right. Thank you, Granny. And could I take some stuffed cabbage to go? Ha! That appetite of yours is strong as your heart. Who's next? Professor Toki again. Do you peddle Amazake? And Kinakomochi. We have them both now. What did he want? He wanted Kinakomochi and what else? And Amazake. Was that under drinks? Yes. And away she goes. Let's get some more rice dishes. Oh! Now there's this kid meal left once they get tempura out. So let's do a quick and easy one, fried rice. Everybody loves fried rice. Whoops. Didn't mean to click you. Oh well. I'll get to you later. I'm trying to make fried rice for your old codger. Trying to interrupt me with your stories just because they didn't fix the buttons for this. So if I click on somebody through the button, it activates them through the button. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Patch that out, Gagex. It's holding back an otherwise wonderful game. Okay. Now we'll get his story. Everything all right there, dear? Your food's going to get cold at this rate. This isn't right. What? Let me take a look. No, that's the tanjuru you ordered. Phew. For a moment there, I thought I brought you the wrong dish. That's not what I meant. It's just not the same, I guess. The same as the stuff I had back when I was younger. No surprise there. Every family has their own version after all. Every town even. This tanjuru, remember? Where'd you eat it anyway? Down south in Kyushu. A place by the name of Chiran. What is that I'm hearing right now? Is that some intense howling outside? Chiran. Can't say I've ever had the pleasure of visiting there myself. Get it? Ha ha. Well, not quite what I wanted, but still. It was tasty. Thanks, ma'am. I wonder what that was all about. What's there to wonder? He told you, didn't he? Oh? Listening in again, were you? Cheers in Kagoshima, which means I'd be making it Satsumajiru, not Tonjiru. Is this going to be the Satsuma soup you've already got and mastered? Satsumajiru? Still, working in the Air Force out in Chiron only means one thing. Oh? What's that? No sticky beaking, remember? Hurry up and clean that table, would you? All right. As if he isn't burning with curiosity himself. And that's gonna be way at the end. To make the dish you've already got. Hello there. I apologize for always rushing you. I don't actually mind. It seems like you're in a good mood today. You can tell? I finally reached a breakthrough with the research I've been stuck on. Well, time travel must have happened after all, because the Traveler has already put a stop to his plans. Like pulling the bathtub plug and letting your problems drain away? A great feeling, I'm sure. True, yes, a bathtub. Changing the subject. It wasn't my theory that was lacking, it was energy. Energy? Yes. Just like this deliciously sweet amazake. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Ah, wonderful. The amazake energy is permeating my brain. What an efficient calorie conversion ratio this drink has. It was truly one of a kind find. I would never have thought the device could hold so much energy. Now, I'm just asking because I find this all quite curious. Yes? What on earth are you researching? I'm sure I'm mistaken, but it's not a time machine, is it? Oh ho ho ho. You have me surprised. What? You are not far off the mark. I'm not? Do you mind if I ask you one thing? Go ahead. Madam, do you have any way to prove that this world, that is, this universe, was not created yesterday? What are you saying? Of course it wasn't. Are you sure? Are you implying that I've been an old lady since the day I was born? Is there any proof otherwise? Proof I know I wasn't. Because you remember the past and have memories of it. I suppose so, yes. But what if someone made this universe yesterday, and also made you with those memories? Can you deny that possibility? Let's try rephrasing the question. No, you really don't have to. Madam, are you familiar with Maxwell's demon? You see, we told that to the Traveler guy way early on yesterday. Well, not really early on. We told him that yesterday. How this is supposed to work is that his story should not have continued at all until we got to this part. Because Grandma can't tell him, oh yeah, somebody told me all about Maxwell's demon and looked it up. If that never actually happened, the game is missing some fundamental parts.